Understanding the heat balance reheat cycle. The key components of the reheat cycle include the heat added during the first heating phase. This refers to the initial heat input to the boiler, converting water into high-pressure steam. Second, the work done during the expansion in the high-pressure turbine. This is the energy extracted from the steam as it expands and does work on the turbine blades. The heat added during the reheat phase. This is the additional heat input to reheat the steam after its initial expansion. Lastly, the heat work done during the expansion in the low-pressure turbine. This is the additional energy extracted from the reheat steam. Enthalpy change calculation. The enthalpy change during each stage can be calculated as the difference between the enthalpies at the inlet and outlet of each component. This is crucial for analyzing the thermodynamic performance of the cycle. Fundamentals of the heat balance cycle. Isentropic expansion happens in the turbine. High-pressure steam expands in a turbine, performing work. Second is isobaric heat rejection happens in the condenser. Exhaust steam is condensed to liquid at constant pressure. Third is isentropic compression happens in the pump. The liquid is pressurized back into the boiler pressure. And lastly, isobaric heat addition happens in the boiler. The pressurized liquid absorbs heat and converts it into steam.
For the key components of heat balance reheat cycle, the main components of the heat balance reheat cycle include: number 1 is boiler or steam generator. It generates high-pressure steam and reheat partially expanded steam. Number 2 is high-pressure turbine. It receives high-pressure steam and partially expanded. Number 3, a reheater, a part of a boiler where partially expanded steam is reheated to a high temperature. Number 4 is low-pressure turbine. It receives reheated steam for further expansion. Number 5 is a condenser. It condenses the exhaust steam from the low-pressure turbine into liquid. And the last part is a feed pump. It is pressurized the condensed liquid back to the boiler pressure. For the processes in the heat balance reheat cycle, the heat balance reheat cycle can be broken into the following stages. Number 1 stage is heat addition. It is boiler. Water is heated under high pressure to produce superheated steam. Number 2 is partial expansion. It is a high pressure turbine. The superheated steam expands in the high pressure turbine, performing work and reducing pressure and temperature. Number 3 is reheating. It is a reheater. The partially expanded steam is reheated to a high temperature at constant pressure. Number 4 is further expansion. Low pressure turbine. The reheated steam expands in the low pressure turbine, performing additional work. Number 5 step is a heat rejection. It is a condenser. The low pressure steam is condensed into liquid at a constant pressure. And the last step is a compression. It is a pump. The liquid is pressurized by the feed pump to the boiler pressure.
The next topic we're going to talk about is the thermodynamic analysis of the heat balance reheat cycle. The thermodynamic efficiency of the heat balance reheat cycle can be analyzed using enthalpy and entropy values at different points in the cycle. In this cycle, we have 3 key performance metrics, which includes thermal efficiency, reheat factor, and moisture content reduction. First is the thermal efficiency, which is the ratio of network output to the heat input, where the network output is the difference between the work produced by the turbine and the work consumed by the pump. Next is the reheat factor, which is the ratio of work done during reheating to the total work done. And last is the moisture content reduction, and one of the advantages of reheating process because it increases the steam's quality at the turbine's exhaust, reducing moisture content and minimizing blade erosion.
Example of a heat balance reheat cycle. Consider a power plant where high-pressure steam enters the high-pressure turbine at 15 MPa and 600 Celsius. After partial expansion, the steam pressure drops to 5 MPa and it is reheated to 600 Celsius. The reheated steam enters in the low-pressure turbine to a pressure of 10 kPa. The condenser pressure is 10 kPa and the pump efficiency is 85%. Formula for heat balance in the reheat cycle. Each turbine's work is determined by the enthalpy difference between the inlet and outlet states of the steam, which are found from steam tables or Mollier's diagram. For each turbine, we have the formula work turbine 1 is equal to M times H inlet 1 minus H outlet 1, and work turbine 2 is equal to M times H inlet 2 minus H outlet 2, where M is the mass flow rate of steam, H inlet 1 and H outlet 1 are enthalpies at the inlet and outlet of the high-pressure turbine, and H inlet 2 and H outlet 2 are the enthalpies at the inlet and outlet of the low-pressure turbine.
The performance of heat balance reheat cycle can be described using the first law of thermodynamics, which relates the heat and work in the system. The general energy balance for a control mass, example given is water or steam, is delta Q minus delta W equals to delta H, where delta Q is the heat added to the system, delta W is the work done by the system, or what we call turbine, and delta H is the change in enthalpy of the system. So, the key components involved in a reheat cycle include the heat added during the first heating phase. Next is the work done during the expansion in the high pressure turbine. Next is the heat added during the reheat phase. And then next is the heat added during the reheat phase and the work done during the expansion in the low pressure turbine. The total energy input in the cycle Q in is equal to the sum of the heat added during the first and second heating phases, while the total work out is the sum of the work done by both turbines. The total energy balance equation for the cycle can be written as Q in is equal to work turbine 1 plus work turbine 2, where Q in is the total heat input in the system, while WT1 is the work done by the high pressure turbine, WT2 is the work done by the low pressure turbine. Each turbine's work is determined by the enthalpy difference between the inlet and outlet states of the steam, which are found from the steam tables or Mollier's diagram.
Method A, using steam table book. To begin, let's look at the parameters provided for this cycle. The steam is generated at a high pressure turbine inlet pressure of 4.3 MPa and a temperature of 460 degrees Celsius. After partial expansion, the steam is reheated at 2 MPa to a temperature of 410 degrees Celsius before entering the low pressure turbine. Our analysis utilized the principle of thermodynamics applied to an ideal Rankine reheat cycle. The thermodynamics properties of steam at key point in the cycle were determined using steam table, allowing us to track the changes in enthalpy and entropy through the process. Let's examine the condition at each significant state within the cycle. At state 1, the inlet to the high-pressure turbine, we have a pressure of 0.3 MPa and a temperature of 460. From the steam table, this gives us an enthalpy of 3,349 and entropy of 9.93. Expanding isentropically in the high-pressure turbine to state 2 at 2 MPa, the entropy remains constant. Yun yung S1 is equal to S2. And the enthalpy H2 is found to be 3,121. The steam in the reheated isobarically to state 3 at 2 MPa and 410 degrees Celsius, resulting in an enthalpy H3 of 3,270 and entropy of 7.159. Next is the state 4, where further isentropic expansion in the low pressure turbine. We have 0.105 MPa. Yun yung condenser pressure natin. Yield an entropy of S4 is equal to S3. Calculating the dryness fraction and using it to find the enthalpy. We get the H4 is equal to 2,609. At the condenser outlet, state 5 is a saturated liquid at 0.105 MPa with an enthalpy H5 of 423.2 and specific volume of 0.001044. Finally, the pump increased the pressure to state 6 at 4.3 MPa. The pump work is calculated as 4.4 kJ per kg, leading to an enthalpy H6 of 427.6. Based on these state properties, we can now calculate the work output and heat input of the cycle. The total work produced by the turbine is the sum of the work in high pressure and low pressure turbine, which amount to 889. Subtracting the work required by the pump, the net work output of the cycle is 884.6. The total heat input consists of heat added in the boiler and reheater, totaling to 3,070.4. Finally, we can determine the thermal efficiency of the cycle by dividing the net work output by the total heat input and multiplying by 100%, resulting to 28.81. In conclusion, the calculated thermal efficiency of the ideal Rankine cycle under the specific condition is 28.81. This indicates that 28.81 of the heat energy supplied to the cycle is converted into useful work output.
So, proceeding for the method B of the solving of a heat Rankine problem using CAT3. So, here is our TS diagram. So, first thing first is we need to open our application CAT3. And then next, we're going to select the substance we're going to use. So since we are in reheat Rankine cycle, we're going to use water. And then next is we're going to input values. Press calculate. Next is first thing first is we're going to use TP. or meaning temperature and pressure, and we're going to input what was given to us, which is 460 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 4.3 MPa. And now it will generate the values. Then the next is press calculate again, and then select now for the state 2 PS, which is pressure in entropy, since we know that process 1 to 2 is a constant entropy process. So but state 2 is equal to the pressure of state 3, which is 2 MPa. So we're going to change the pressure to 2 MPa, and then a specific entropy is equal to entropy of state 1, so we're not going to change it. Press OK. And next is for state 3. Press temperature and pressure again. Given temperature is difference of 50 degrees less than the initial temperature, which to sum up with 410 degrees Celsius. Then press OK. For state 4, going to select pressure and entropy again, and over temperature pressure low pressure is 0.105 MPa. Then since it is a specific entropy process, not 7.15 will remain because it is the same with the state 3. Press OK. Then next is state 5. Select PX. Since state 5 and state 4 is equal to pressure, 0.105 will remain constant, and we know that state 5 is a saturated liquid phase, so quality is 0. And then press OK. Next is last state, which is state 6. Going to choose PS, and then so we know that it is entering the boiler. It has a pressure of 4.3 MPa. And then constant entropy process with state 5, so it will remain at 1.318. So it's okay. Then that's all. We all can now copy these values we get from computer aided thermodynamic table 3 to Microsoft Excel to further calculate. Yeah. Then just arrange the tables. And ano, okay. Getting back after we paste values from CAT3 to Microsoft Excel, we're now going to solve the efficiency of the Rankine cycle based from the values given. So first thing first, since we know that the formula of efficiency is work net over Q in, we are required first to find the Q in total and the work net. So first, we are going to solve Q in total, which the formula is the Q in boiler plus Q in reheater. First is the Q in boiler. So formula for Q in boiler is H1 minus H6. Getting the values of H1 and H6. H1 minus H6. Next is for Q in reheater or Q in 2. H3 minus H2. 3 minus H2. Then after we get the value, just total the 2 plus. Oh, sorry for that. So, plus. Yeah. Then next is since we are in reheat Rankine cycle, we have 2 turbines. So this is the high pressure turbine rather, and then this is the low pressure turbine. So getting the values of work turbine high pressure or the work turbine, the formula is H1 minus H2. And for the work turbine from the low pressure turbine or work turbine 2, the formula H3 minus H4. Then next is we're going to get the total of the work turbine 1 and work turbine 2. Work turbine 1 plus work turbine 2. So get the value of work turbine total. The next is the work pump, since Rankine cycle only have a pump. Formula we're going to use is H6 minus H5. H6 minus H5. So work pump is 4.4. Then we are going to solve the work nets. Work net is the formula of it is work turbine total minus the work pump. So 889 minus 4.4, we have the value of 884.6 for our work net in kilojoule per kilogram. So next is, or finally, we are now solving for the efficiency for the Rankine cycle, reheat Rankine cycle. The formula is work net over Q in total multiplied to 100%. So quantity of work net total all over Q in total flows multiplied to 100%. Then we have a value of 28.81%. So percentage, no, only values number. So that is our answer, 28.81%. We're simply gonna change it. Okay, that's how we solve reheat Rankine cycle using method B or the cut tree. Thank you.